This right here is the RugOne Xever 7 Pro smartphone, Ulefone's bold new take on rugged mobility with a hot-swappable battery. The headline feature is the 5500 mAh battery. It's removable with an integrated buffer, so you can actually hot swap it to a fresh battery without the phone shutting down. So how amazing is that? And RugOne even includes 2 batteries plus a 4-in-1 charging station, or rather charging dock, in the box, so this combines a huge battery without the huge form factor. It's absolutely genius. Up front we have a 6.67-inch 120Hz AMOLED display that brings flagship level smoothness, and it's wrapped in an IP68/69K and MIL-STD-810H chassis at just about 325 grams. For pros and explorers, the Pro model also integrates a FLIR Lepton 3.5 thermal camera alongside a 50 megapixel main with iOS and also a 64 megapixel dedicated infrared night vision camera with quad infrared LEDs, and on the front also a 32 megapixel selfie cam. Then also under the hood a Dimensity 7025, 12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage with expansion possibilities through the micro SD slot, plus 5G eSIM and also Android 15 with promised operating as well as security updates, of course. You will also get wide Vine L1 for HD streaming and extras like an X-axis linear motor and an underwater camera mode and much more. So tons of awesome stuff. It's a rugged phone that actually acts like a toolbox and it never has to power off. So yeah, looks and sounds amazing, right? But is it actually that good? Well, let's find out. New drip. Got a new drip from Ulefone, the RugOne Xever 7 Pro. And by the way, if you're interested, then check out the product links in the description. I will link the best deals for you here now. Let's check it out. Here we have the box all wrapped up, so let me remove that right away. It looks really nice with the silver shiny letters, great color scheme, brand on the side, here with the orange background, all the small print on the side, crafted by the Ulefone team. And the last page, well, the last side is just blank, and not to forget all the epic features on the bottom right here. So let's open it up, and there we go. Really nice, unique design. We have the flap for removing the phone. Look at that, so cool. And then this divider, and in here we have an epic looking brick, as well as this wrapped up charging dock. Look at that. And in here we actually have the second battery. Gives me those Game Boy classic vibes. Absolutely awesome. And then we also have this box right here with all the paperwork inside. And not only that, but also more epic accessories. So the box is now empty, so let's move on right away. As you can see, there is a great style concept. Everything fits together perfectly. Starting with the brick, that's hands down one of the coolest bricks I have seen in a long while. PD 33 watts fast charging with all the specs right there. Absolutely epic brick. And look at that, the charging cable also fits the theme, and that's a premium sleeve on it, USB-C to USB-C, with an absolutely epic design. And also the strap fits the color scheme, and it's a bit springy, feels very great, super smooth. We also get a tempered glass screen protector for free, great add-on. Then right here, if you want to change up the appearance of your phone, we get an additional backplate with this camouflage design, looks really cool. And also this beige looking sand toned with metal highlight charging dock, which is actually a 4-in-1 charging station that you can open up a bit, insert the secondary battery like that, and that's well, it's not only for just storing and hiding it, but also like this, you can just insert the phone, use it as a kickstand basically, multi-purpose, absolutely epic looks. And we have the USB-C port on the back for nice rubber feet as well. And not to forget the secondary battery that we get for free. So we need to remove this one before using it to reveal the charge contacts right there, and they're also labeled Here we also have all the the small print on the back, and that's a dope looking battery. Reminds me of the good old days where you were just able to remove a battery, bringing back the good old days. And lastly, a bit of paperwork. Oh, and inside here we have the SIM tray removal tool right there. That's helpful for getting that out. So warranty card as well as charging instructions, and then the user guide for the charging station. So it's a charging dock, a phone holder, battery charging slot, and also the storage compartment. Great for bringing it with you. Then this phone also comes highly spec'd with a thermal imaging camera and safety prompts, a professional grade infrared camera to say the least. And we also get a great looking dedicated user manual right there on the back, the QR codes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's it. To recap, the paperwork and tons of epic accessories. Done with the unboxing, let's get to my first impressions and then of course to a close overview. So there we go, SIM tray, aux key, another one right there, fingerprint reader, volume rocker, and here on the back, of course, we have NFC, main cam, infrared LEDs, thermal camera, and the dedicated night vision on the bottom right there. Let's pull this out. Also check out all the features and best specs on the front. And now we can pull this off carefully without removing the underlaying protector. So it comes with a screen protector right out of the factory. It's very light, it's very slim, and it's looking absolutely epic with the switch right here. And here also the tool is helpful for prying open the back door. Wow. Love this concept with the replacing battery, well, replaceable battery, and the additional buffer that's integrated. Then just lock it in place and wow. Oh, and also a bright torch right here. So yeah, let's take a close look. So on the top, we not only have an IR blaster as well as a headphone jack, but we also have this huge glare flashlight. Then on the other side on the bottom, which is looking pretty cool as well, we have the Type-C charge port, the speaker, the microphone, as well as very well protected corners. Then right here, the aux key, the SIM tray, and the volume rocker. Great buttons, by the way. Lovely. And of course the on-off button / fingerprint reader. The screen is also well protected by these little bezels, well, these protrusions, and centered front-facing camera, as well as great earpiece. And on the back, this epic looking camera module with a dedicated night vision as well as thermal imaging camera. Here we have a little hook for a strap, and then the locking mechanism for the back door. So when it's open, we can open this up, pull this one, take it off, and then we have the battery inside here. We have this little tab, pull. That's always helpful for getting it out. That's it without the battery. And again, we have this replacement back cover, so either the gray one or this one with the camouflage. So I think this one looks really cool, so I will keep this one. Great seal inside, lock it up, and just like that, we are ready to go. Not bad, right? So let's set it all up, check out the operating system, and then of course test it. So there we go inside the charging dock, and let me quickly power it up, and it will look like that with the two signal LEDs right there. So let's go. Pressing and holding the power button until it will turn on, and there we have it. Cool looking startup animation right there, looking really dope. Now let's blast through the setup, skip that, and then log into Wi-Fi. Typing feels awesome, great vibration feedback, very accurate, very fast. The display is looking fabulous, it's incredible. And the dock is also really cool. Right on, no need to copy. I want to give you the raw experience straight out of the box, and we can skip all of that. Then set up a PIN code. Again, typing is really snappy. And the fingerprint, let's go. Yeah, that's incredibly fast. That is epic. And just like that, we are done. We can deactivate all those services and move on. And wow, there we have it. Look at that. So we have the AI assistant doggy right there. Epic background. And now let's check out the OS. There is no launcher. And aside from the whole Google suite, look at that. We have Netflix, but other than that, it's a very clean Android. Love to see that. The display is looking great, super snappy, super responsive. And of course, we have all the newest Android features. NFC is also active. That's a great looking operating system. We have a transfer agent and of course, all the apps that fully utilize the capabilities of this phone. Of course, give it all the permissions. Now look at all these tools. And of course, we also have the app for the super flashlight on the top, strobe, and continuous lighting, and we can even set up the brightness, and we'll test that in a bit. Outdoors, of course. Wow, really nice. That's the LED for the phone, and for the battery, check this out. It's this one right there. I absolutely love the background. And before we get to the camera test, let's also check out the updates right there. So that's great, very recent security as well as system updates. And about the phone, check that out. We can expand with plus 12 gigs, really great looking specs. And here, of course, we can also rename it. And now let's move on to the camera test. So there we go, this camera module is looking so dope. Fingerprint reader, boom, super bright display even in direct sunlight. And now let's see, 50 megapixel pictures with the main camera right there. Look at that, really dope. The selfie camera is also providing great results from all sides. And of course, we can also take a video with the selfie camera and it's looking really nice. Professional footage quality to say the least. And that's also the onboard raw audio. As you can hear, it's dope. And now taking a video with the main camera, check out this glorious 2K quality, looking really nice. And of course, a bit of selfie filming is also possible. Again, that's the raw audio of this device. Nice bokeh in the background, super fast autofocus, look at that. And again, the bokeh is looking incredible. Alright, check this out. It's pitch black, it's in the middle of the night and we have the quad IR array going. That's the dedicated night vision. So check this out, you can use this to inspect everything in pitch black environments. Use this for actually navigating. You could use a flashlight of course, but this way you can stay fully incognito like in Ninja. We can inspect the chicken inside here without disturbing them with the bright light. Check this out, there they are, all of them in here. I can see a bit with my own eyes, but the cameras can see everything very clearly and also quite far into the distance. As you can see, the IR LEDs are well projecting the light far into the distance. This tree is at least 5 meters away. And now check this out, that's my that's really cool looking. Also right there in the distance, all these very dim light sources, they will get picked up very nicely. And now check this out. This is just the moonlight. Look at that, the moon is up there, pretty bright actually. And it will illuminate the whole backyard right there. That is incredibly powerful night vision. Unexpected epicness right there. Massive thumbs up from my side. That's the onboard audio again. Let's check out the thermal imaging as well. And here we go with the thermal vision video. Great resolution as well as fast refresh rate. Tons of tools that we can activate with just a few clicks. They will also be saved on the video. So here is this tree again, but more interesting of course would be the actual chicken stable. So as you can see, this side right here is completely non-inhabited. It's dark, there is no heat signature coming off, but now when we move over here, boom, there we go. We have them all in here. Look at that, that's so cool. And they are very well insulated as well, except for the feet and the head. That's giving off the most heat, as you can see. And of course, this can be used to inspect pretty much anything to find heat sources. So for example, up there, we have the electronics giving off heat. So you can use this to reduce your electricity bill, find heat sources that are just burning energy. And also right there, this garage door, find spots that are not very well insulated. This whole garage door is pretty bad here from the inside. Now we have the cold spots showing. So this will need improvement to say the least. You can use this for electrical work, really for all sorts of inspections. And again, the refresh rate is super fast and the video quality is great. And the super flashlight right there, we have a strobe setting right there. Great for power saving. And then switch it over to the constant light. Looking really cool. It's already getting pretty cold, but as you can see, the flashlight itself is extremely powerful, and that's not even the brightest setting. So here, full brightness. Now look at that, you can fully illuminate all these areas right here, far into the distance, as you can see. Great for navigating through dark environments. Back to the chickens, of course, you could also just use the flashlight if you don't mind actually annoying them with this super bright light source. And as you can see, that's a really powerful flashlight right there. And again, the brightness settings, dim, medium and full brightness right there. It goes far into the distance. Wow, that's actually incredible. Look at that. So the super flashlight name is definitely not an understatement. Incredible. That's looking so cool. The 4-in-1 dock is actually great. You can adjust the angle any way you want. And of course, we also gotta try the hot swap for real. So we have the battery right there, 45% current charge level. Let's pop that open. All right, so it's on there securely, to say the least. Oh, and we have the timer right there. Pretty cool. So we can pop it out. So we easily have enough time to replace the batteries without triggering a phone shutdown. That's awesome. Oh, and what actually triggered the countdown would be this right here. That's the sensor, pretty genius. Now we can close this back up like that, secure it. Nice. So as you saw, excellent build quality as well as hardware with a really cool design, and I absolutely love this hot swappable feature on top and all those features and capabilities for such an incredible price point. It is just so much better than the competition in all regards, especially in this price segment. I'm amazed. Top tier value right here. Ulefone just always brings amazing value to the table with great looking devices and a top of the line ecosystem. It's very creative, so should you buy the RugOne Xever 7 Pro? Well, if your work or adventures demand continuous uptime, thermal diagnostics and true field durability, well then this phone is tailor-made. The hot swap system with the included dock means that you can keep shooting, mapping or scanning without babysitting a charger. Then the FLIR thermal as well as 64 megapixel night vision and 50 megapixel iOS main camera cover inspections and low light work, while the 120 Hz AMOLED and Widevine L1 keep your downtime entertainment sharp. And with Android 15 as well as the Dimensity 7025 efficiency and a kit that ships ready for the field, the Xever 7 Pro lands as a uniquely practical hot swap-able powerhouse. So if never power off and also see the unseen are your priorities, then this phone is definitely the one. And that's of course definitely trippy, so check out the product links in the description. I will list and link the best deals for you. But before you go, smash that like button, then subscribe, ring the bell and click all to never miss amazing tech magnet videos. That's it for this one. Enjoy your day and I will see you soon.